Dinner scene is complete. As seen in the film. You create your very own Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Mike. If you are landing on my page for the first time, this is my collectible channel. Today I got quite a bunch of stuff to go over. I don't know how this video is really going to even flow together or how I'm going to tie it all together. We have these Leatherfaces that came in from Trick or Treat Studios. Hitchhiker, Drayton Sawyer gets his debut figure, which is awesome. In addition to this, Dinner Playset, as it's called, Family Dinner Playset. We got a lot of stuff to go over. We are going to get going. We're going to unbox all of this and check it all out. However, if you are a collector, I do have an eBay store selling some of my personal collection. You guys could check that out. The video has a link on the bottom of the screen as well as in the video description. And if you check it out, it'll take you right to my eBay store. And thank you to anybody and everybody who's bought something off of that store. I do appreciate that. We're going to get going with today's video. All these goodies from Trick or Treat Studios. Some stuff here. Friday the 13th. We got a Friday the 13th coming up right now. Speaking of which, anybody going to that Jason convention? I'm not sure if I'm going to make it out there. The Friday the 13th convention coming to Los Angeles now. It was originally in Burbank. They're moving it to LA. Not sure if I'm going to make the trip. I haven't seen anybody that I'm really desperately needing on stuff, so we'll see how it goes in a month or so. Maybe I'll change my mind. But today we are here for this. And I gotta say, this is my favorite Leatherface artwork of all time. This is right here. Only because of the sentimental value that it holds for myself. If I roll over here to my little shelf, a lot of you guys who know me and follow the channel, I throw it back to this quite often when I'm talking about Leatherface stuff. It all started for me with this VHS tape, right about the time it came out, probably 1988. No clue what this was. Saw it at the warehouse of all places. Convinced my dad to buy it for me. Watched it. Probably, well, maybe I watched the whole thing. I don't honestly remember. I was none too impressed. Wasn't a fan. Put it away. Wouldn't revisit it for many years. When I did revisit it, I fell in love with Leatherface and the film. Today it's probably one of my top 5 horror films. The original, that is. So we're taking a look at this Family Dinner Playset. Box is fairly big. I would say it's about maybe 15 inches wide by 12 inches tall. Cool artwork. Again, that classic chainsaw artwork. Then an artist came up with this for Trick or Treat Studios for their box. Also really cool. Very cool artwork. If it would fit in one of my nooks, I might even stash it over there in place of this stuff. Be a nice little Leatherface shelf right there. My box is a little bit beaten up, which is weird considering the way it was shipped. So I'm assuming that this was already a damaged box before it made its way to me. Same image on the bottom there. Coming around the side. Basically what they're doing is repeating the image, but they're kind of breaking it up. You see Sally there on the side of the box with the same image as on the front. Move around to this side, repeat image. Move around to this side, and it's Grandpa. And then on the back, it shows you how to set this dinner scene up. And I should also mention that this does not include all of these. This only comes with Grampa and Sally. All these guys are sold separately, 25 bucks each, so that's another 100 bucks on top of, this was $69.99 on Trick or Treat Studios website. But that there is the box. Set includes chairs, armadillo, pelvic bone, skull, chicken box, teacup, mug, glass, blood tub, and hammer. So there is some tape that needed to be cut. I have done that. And much to my surprise, this has plastic casing on the inside. I expected this to be cardboard for some reason. So as soon as you take it out, this is what you get. Everything secure and in place. So one thing that's nice is the addition of this plastic casing, as well as everything being put where it should be put on the table. I was under the impression these accessories that are on here would all be loose, but they're actually put in place and ready to go for you. So all you really have to do is take this plastic covering off, and hopefully everything stays into place. Okay, so that wasn't an accurate statement at all. I was under the impression that everything was in place, but it's actually enclosed in this plastic that is enclosed within another plastic. Okay, we're going to start checking these figures out, beginning with Grandpa on the rocking chair. Nice job on the sculpt for sure. I'm not going to go over too much detail each figure because this would turn into a 2-hour episode. So we're just going to quickly take a look at these, and you'll get the basic idea of what's in this set, along with the chair that he comes on. And as I should say also, he just slides in. You got to put his jacket under the chair, under the arms of the chair. So I have my table finally set as it shows on the box there. I also have given Grandpa something to hold on to, that hammer. We're going to bring Sally to the table. Apologize for my Limax cords all over the place. Very unprofessional of me to leave all this junk in the way while I'm trying to do a different video, but I'm pressed for time, so here we are. This is a Sally figure. They did as good as they could with the sculpt, given the fact that Marilyn Burns is no longer with us to do any kind of scan for any kind of figures nowadays. I think it looks really good. The only thing that I would complain about is that she's too clean, which seems to be the theme with Trick or Treat Studios figures lately. Everybody's just clean and their clothes are like they just got them off the rack. But we know she went through hell to get to this part of the movie. So she should have some tears and some blood, but they went the clean route. We're going to slide our table down. Let's actually shift it this way. So Sally is now at the dinner table. So here's where we're at. There's only 2 people currently at the dinner table, that being Grandpa and Sally Hardesty. We're going to add somebody else to the dinner table now. Let's go with Edwin Neal. I'm not lying when I say I'm trying to find a spot in this room that I film in where there's no glare. And such a spot barely exists. I think I found one that's acceptable right here. So this is the packaging, top to bottom, for the figures that are sold separately. This one being the Hitchhiker, Edwin Neal, who I was able to meet earlier this year, actually. Unfortunately, the poster is down there because I'm out of wall space. That's what I had signed, one of the items I had signed. The other one was, I thought it made sense to get him on that, as well as the truck driver from the end of the film. Since the hitchhiker died at the hands of the truck driver, I thought it'd be cool to have them both sign it. Anyway, back to this figure. This packaging is fairly big for a small figure. I expected the packaging to be an awful lot smaller. You flip to the back, and I would imagine all of these are going to be all the same backing minus the picture of the character that they're featuring. We're going to take the hitchhiker out. We're going to add him to the dinner scene. So I'm only going to show this for this first figure, and then the rest I'm going to do off camera. The way that I like to open these figures up, and this blade's looking a little weathered, flip this blade over. So this blade is now extra sharp since it's a brand new blade. What I like to do, when I was little, I didn't care. I would just tear the packaging off and throw it away. Becoming a collector and as an adult, I've learned the value of these things, and if I ever want to resell this without the packaging, the value is down the drain. So I try to keep the packaging as mint as possible. I'm not going to tear this off the card because that would tear the paper off. So the way that I open it, which works out better more often than not, is just use this blade, cut along the packaging here, along the plastic, and I go around the bottom, kind of so I do three of the four sides of the figure. So in case you missed any of that, and in case the volume got cut off by my cutting, I cut 1, 2, 3 out of the 4 sides, which makes this able to open up and slide out, and the packaging is nice and clean. And I didn't even notice, how did I not notice the chainsaw blade packaging? Awesome. I didn't even notice that until I took this out. Now we will look at the hitchhiker. Very nice job on the Edwin Neal figure. I think so far Grampa probably got the best looking figure that we've seen out of the 3. Hitchhiker comes with his knife. It's a good knife. It comes with his camera that he takes a picture of Franklin with. And he comes with his bag as well. We're going to take him out and add him to one of these seats. Let's see where he's supposed to go. If I remember correctly, he's going to sit right there at that spot. Let's see. I've seen this movie enough times I should know it. Yep, that was right. So one other plus about keeping the packaging as I keep it is you can also return the accessories that you don't use back to the packaging as I've done here, because he's not going to be needing his accessories at the dinner table. This is where we're at so far on our dinner table build. We now have 3 occupants at the dinner table. So this is the figure that I was looking forward to receiving the most. The debut figure of Drayton Sawyer, the late great Jim Seadow. Has him listed here as barbecue slaughter cook, but everybody who's a fan of Chainsaw knows that he is Drayton Sawyer. Lots of memorable quotes from this underrated horror legend. He's finally got his debut figure. Actually, this is the debut figure of Drayton Sawyer, Grandpa, and Sally Hardesty. So you get 3 Texas Chainsaw Massacre characters making their figure debuts by purchasing these, which is pretty sweet. So the accessories for this Drayton figure include a meat cleaver, a hook, and something that's going to be heading to his world famous chili in the near future. Looks like somebody's foot. Again, this one's ready to go. Again, with the chainsaw style. Let me back up. Right there. You see what I mean? The chainsaw shape packaging. We'll add Drayton to the scene. So actually, before we move along, I didn't really touch on this figure out of the package. So we're going to do it top to bottom real quick. All right, go back to the table. Now we're going to shift over. So Drayton has joined the scene. We're only one person short. We're going to get him next. This is the packaging for the Pretty Lady Leatherface. All of these are the exact same size package. This is the Leatherface Pretty Lady mask, as seen at the dinner scene. Unfortunately, it is too wide to really fit in any chair that comes with this set. And it's because of his jacket that he's wearing. It's too wide to fit on the chairs. So he actually has to sit kind of just like that. See how he's sitting on, not exactly on the chair, but his coat is resting on it. And the dinner scene is complete, as seen in the film. You create your very own Texas Chainsaw Massacre dinner scene. Unfortunately, I can't go all the way around due to the nature of my desk and the way it is shaped. We have one last item to look at on today's video before we say goodbye. Trying to get a better look at Sally at the dinner table, but again, can't do that perfect 360. Last up on our video is the classic Leatherface look from the beginning of when he appears in the film. He includes the same chainsaw, the same exact one that comes in the Pretty Lady packaging as well. Again, same size package, same design. Okay, we're gonna look top to bottom, or bottom to top, at this Leatherface. Not bad for what they're asking. $19.99 or $24.99, depending on where you decide to pick it up. You get what you pay for, which is not bad, not great. Scale entirely off. Body mass not there. Size not there. This is just like a very basic. This isn't a NECA. This isn't going to be highly detailed, but it is detailed enough for the price point. It's another Leatherface figure. Nice job on the apron, the bloody apron. Nice job on the tie. Face is okay. But again, it's just a $20 figure, so we can't be too picky about that. And we can always, in an alternate universe, put him at the table as well. But these are the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Trick or Treat Studios figures, all of which are now available on trickortreatstudios.com, which is where I got mine, which is kind of strange because Trick or Treat Studios is actually right over the mountain here from my house. Their warehouse is literally 20 miles away. Normally when I order stuff, it comes from the Capitola warehouse. These, however, did not. I was shocked when I saw where they shipped from. I don't even remember where they shipped from, but it wasn't even in California. It was somewhere in the Midwest. All right, guys. So, again, you can check out my eBay store. The link is in the video description as well as on the screen. Follow me on Instagram. Once I hit 1,000 subscribers, if you are a horror fan, and you follow me on Instagram and you are a subscriber on here, we'll be on Instagram raffling off a brick from Halloween 3. That's going to be a every 1,000 subscriber thing that I do. Raffling off a brick from the Silver Shamrock Factory that I got on one of my videos. I went there and I've done a bunch of video documentaries there, so I've picked up many bricks along the way, and I'll be giving one of those away to one of my subscribers. But this has been the Trick or Treat Studios Texas Chainsaw Massacre Family Dinner Playset, in addition to the figures that are sold separately. And I will see you guys all next time on the channel. I'm going to say so long, everybody.